So we're going to start our GIF of the food chain, and I'm going to make one um, of like a desert um, type. Um, Now you can do one with the ocean, and you just substitute basically the animals or the with what I'm using. So, like for the desert, I'm going to start with grass. You would start with plankton. If you're going to do the forest, you would start with like a forest scene or whatever. Or if you're going to do one with like that starts off with a caterpillar, you'll start off with like a pasture or something with a caterpillar on a leaf or whatever. So the first thing you're going to do is actually type your first name, last name up in the top. You should already have food chain GIF or GIF written in the title. So you're just going to make sure that you add your name to it. Because even though this is going in your digital portfolio, if I decide to share, it's going to show your name in the link when it opens. So first, after that, we're going to click and drag in the slide and delete these title boxes because we don't want them. And forgive my computer, it is acting very, very slow. I don't know what's going on. It is what it is. So the first thing after those boxes are gone, we're going to right click and we are going to go to change the background, and we're going to go to choose an image and search the web. So what I'm looking for mine is a desert. Um, so I'm going to do desert ecosystem and see if that pulls up something that I need. You can pull up ocean, whatever you need. And actually, this picture right here with the grass and cactus is kind of what I actually want. Um, and I like the fact that it's got that kind of a big space for me to work with. But let's kind of look and see if I've got another one that would be a better choice. Um, Actually, let's see, I scrolled to this one. Let's go with this one. So I'm going to insert this, and this way when we're choosing the background like this, it's going to allow me to freely click on the images that we're adding, and I'm not having to try and worry about what position things are in. But I do need to add some little tufts of grass just so that I can have my um, beginning of my food chain. So I'm going to go to insert, image, and search the web. So I'm going to do the grass, bunny, uh, rattlesnake, and hawk for mine. Um, so let's go to tufts of grass, clip art. Now, if you can't find, like, if some of them are realistic and some of them are cartoon, it's okay. I'm okay with that. We're just going to have to deal with what we have. And I kind of like this one. Now, typically, if they have this white background, it's typically transparent, which is what we want. So I've double clicked on it and it should insert into my slide. Right, so it's fairly large. So, okay. I'm going to click on the corner and minimize this because I want this to be small. Um, and then I'm going to Control C, Control V because I want a couple of it kind of like spread throughout to make, a tasty little option for my little bunny. So I need to go ahead. I've got my beginning with the grass, and I need to go ahead and come over here. You might be like, oh my gosh, Miss Gentry, what do you mean? Am I going to have to create this whole new thing? No. So what you're going to do to create the next slide is you're just going to go over here, right click, and go to duplicate slide. And that is going to make an exact copy of the slide before. So now we're going to start inserting our bunny rabbit. So we're going to go to insert, image, and we'll go to search the web and we'll look for our desert rabbits. Now, if you're doing an ocean instead of the grass, you would have put a plankton or whatever little small creature. If you're doing one with the insects first, you would have put a flower or something, and then you would have added for this one instead of the bunny rabbit, you would look for a caterpillar. So I'm going to look for desert rabbit and see if I can get a clip art of that one. Or if I can't find a rabbit, maybe I will go for a mouse. Okay, so this one looks, it's got a white background, so let's try and see if we can get this one to work for me. Now, as we're going through this, while this is loading and it's taking forever, while we're doing this, you can always pause, go add to your slide, and then come back to this video. And that way, the amount of time that it takes me to go through this video is about the amount of time that you will need to create your own GIF. All right, so this bunny has a transparent background. I'm going to go to this corner, and I'm going to shrink him pretty small because we need to have him compared to the whole image. So I'm actually going to take him kind of outside of the box, but what I want him to do is I want him to be right there. Now, in the thumbnail, you can probably barely see him because I want him to hop, like with air quotations, I want him to hop behind up to the grass, just so we can have some movement within our image. So I'm going to right click, go to duplicate slide. Now, I'm going to click on my bunny rabbit. So at this point, you should have duplicated your own slide as well. If you are doing the fish, this is when you'll have your bigger fish coming in towards the plankton, or your bird, or or caterpillar crawling down a branch, whatever. So now I'm going to use my arrow keys, and I'm going to move my bunny rabbit pretty fast going across my screen. But I want him to be about a quarter of the way. Right click, duplicate, click on my bunny rabbit, and I'm going to move him to about halfway. Now remember, I am just using only the arrow keys to move. I'm not using the mouse because I don't want to accidentally click on one of the boxes and resize. So you can look over here now at the thumbnails and you can see where he's off the screen, quarter, and almost halfway. So I'm going to right click, duplicate slide, click on my bunny rabbit, and I'm going to use my arrow keys and I'm moving them. Moving said bunny. Then go to slide 5. At this point, you should also have 5 slides. Duplicate slide. Click on said bunny. And move in. And duplicate slide again. Click on said bunny. And this time my bunny rabbit will be over here eating the grass. If you want to add what's called a call box, it's the little chat box to know, because we can't add any like sound effects to this or anything, but you can say, that looks like the bunny rabbit is eating grass. If you want to have a little thing that says nom nom, that is fine. That is totally up to you. So I'm going to right click, duplicate slide, and now I am going to go ahead and start inserting um, my rattlesnake. So search the web, and I'm going to look up snake clip art. Let's find a snake that looks close to what I want. Um, let's see. Let's do this one maybe. I actually like the one above it better, but let's try this one and see if it works. You could look up desert snake if that makes it easier, but um, I don't like that one. So let's go back and let's look at that one again. So insert, image, search the web. And let's go desert snake and see if that makes a difference. We already tried that one. I didn't like it. Um, okay, so maybe I'll just go back to just the regular snake clip art. Bear with me, I'm sorry, because this kind of happens to you while you're actually doing your work. I know. Okay, let's go with this one, and hopefully he's got a full toe. And I also see this hawk, so I'm like, that might be helpful later. Let's give my computer a minute to upload. Oh, okay. So even though it's not the greatest because that rabbit looks real, this snake does not. We're gonna go ahead and go with this snake. So let's shrink him a little bit, and we'll keep him this size. And we're going to go ahead and move him like off the screen, like so. Then we're going to go over here, right click, go to duplicate the slide. Then we're going to move him in the next slide. This is now slide 9. That's a little too far. Okay. Right click, duplicate slide. Click on our snake. Right click, duplicate slide. Click on our little snake again. Move him over. Right click, duplicate slide. And right click, duplicate slide. And at this point now, our snake would have reached the bunny rabbit. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to try and click on this bunny rabbit. Um, and I know it's kind of hard to see, but I'm going to go to shapes um, here. I'm going to put a go to equation. I'm going to get this little X. I'm going to place it over our bunny's eyes, or try my best to anyways. It takes forever to load, but then I'm going to go to the fill box, and I'm going to, you could do red or black, it doesn't matter really. Let's do red, so see if it'll show. And that way this X can represent our poor bunny's eyes, and it's dead. It's being eaten by said snake. So I'm going to right click and duplicate. So we're on slide we were on slide 13. At this point now we are on slide 14. So duplicate, and we are now on slide 14. So I'm going to click on my bunny rabbit, and I don't have a way of like making him look chomped through or anything like that, because it's Google Slides. It's not like Photoshop or anything like that. And I'm going to crop said bunny like in half for this one, and then like remove the rest of the bunny rabbit in slide 15, so that it looks like the bunny has been chomped away by said snake. If I can get to the actual picture of said rabbit. It may take some finagling. So crop said bunny. I'll move the snake over a little bit. Go over here. I'm going to duplicate the slide. And at this point now, I'm using control up and down to kind of move the position of the snake, just to make it easier for me to click on items. You might have to do the same when moving things around. And let me erase this little X. So we don't just have a random floating X in the middle of there. So at this point now, he has eaten our poor little bunny. And now we've got to have the next cycle of our food chain. And so what we're going to do is we're going to insert our, so we've got to add our little hawk. So we're going to go to insert, go to image, search the web, and this time we're going to go find our hawk. So our snake and our bunny rabbit came from the right. So this time I'm going to make my hawk come in from the left, swoop up, pick up our little snake friend, and go away. So let's go to hawk. I wonder if I need to type in desert hawk. Let's find out. Now I do want a picture of the hawk to be with the open wings, but I need to make sure that I find one that has the transparent background, since it is going to be in here. So let's see if I just do hawk clip art instead of desert, and see that'll yield better results. Oh, and see, there's one with the little snake. That's kind of what we need, but it's okay. Actually, I really like this one. Um, let's double click on it and see what we get. No, I'm not too happy with that one. So I'm going to go back. Sometimes you have to kind of click and let it sit inside of your slide before you decide what you want. So let's go back, search the web, or it should pull up the hawk images that we just had. Okay, so let's see if we can find one. Let's go with this one. So you might be saying, Miss Stitcher, I thought you said we were going to go from the left instead of the right. Yes, but there is a way to make this fit what we want. So let's give this a second to load. And even though this is technically an eagle, we're going to go with it. So what you're going to do is you're actually going to go to rotate and flip horizontally, and it flips the image for us. So I'm going to keep it this large simply because our snake is very large. And I'm going to slide our hawk over here. Now I'm going to go over here and I'm going to duplicate said slide. And I'm going to bring our hawk. Oh, sorry, I used the mouse. I didn't mean to. I'm going to bring the hawk even closer and duplicate slide again. And bring our eagle down. Let's have it grab this part. And I'm going to click on my snake, control up to make it like in front of the claw. Okay. And duplicate slide again. And so this time I'm going to like click way off over here because there's nothing over here. I'm going to click and drag so that it like, I don't want all of those. I really just want the snake and the hawk. So let's click and drag until we get those two boxes. And then I'm going to right click and group. That way in this next one, when I move this, because now I'm going to click up and over, and it has grouped the hawk and the snake together. Now, hopefully there's nothing else there. So if like you have tufts of grass and stuff, sometimes they can accidentally get kind of stuck in there. So duplicate again, and let's click on our grouped image here. Oh no, what happened? Oh, it jumped. Like, wait a minute. Okay, it jumped. So let's click on our two images here, and we're going to move them up off of our screen. And duplicate. Click on our group and move them even further off. Actually, you can probably stop at slide 20 and leave it as that. So Now we have created our slide GIF of our food chain. So remember, I'm going to create one of the ocean and of maybe even just a forest type thing, just so you can see it all together, or you can kind of decide which one you want to do. But you should all have approximately 20 slides for this. So now, how do we make this going from a slideshow of just 20 slides to a GIF? And here's what you're going to do. You're going to go to File. You're going to go down here to Publish to the Web. You're going to change this to every second. Start slideshow as soon as the player loads. Restart the slideshow after the last slide. And this will create the loop. So it's just constantly playing over and over again. And you're going to click Publish. Then it's going to say, are you sure? Yes, we want to publish this. So you're going to Control C or right click copy this. Because you're going to share this with me. Now, I know that I'm going to see your presentation in there, but I want you to put this in your digital portfolio. So then you're going to go to your digital portfolio. You're going to go to slide 16. You're going to go to here, click in the title. And you're going to type your name dash food chain GIF. Now, you can go ahead and copy the URL or paste the URL. So right click paste or Control V, hit enter, and there it is. But you probably want to be like, well, what if I need to change it? What if I don't want, if you're going to change something, by the way, it's going to be very difficult because you have to go in and change every single slide. So you're going to go over here, you're going to open a new tab, you're going to Control V, and it should start your GIF. There's our little bunny. Nom nom nom, eat some grass. Here comes our snake. And there it starts all over again. And so what you need also is a screenshot. So you're going to press Control and the square with like the 3 lines to take a screenshot of it just of a random time. Whenever you're going to click Copy to Clip Art. And you're going to go back to your digital portfolio and Control V, put your little clip art in there. I want to see the tabs and stuff that are open in your computer just so I can see kind of like that you've done this and that you understand what is going on. And it's just to kind of make sure that you played it. Like I want you to see your own work. I don't want you to just put it in there without actually seeing what you've created. Now you must click publish because I want to just have to click on the link and open up your GIF. I don't want to have to open up your slideshow because as soon as I click on this GIF, like when I go into your digital portfolio, even though this says Google Docs, when I actually click on that link, it's going to create a hyperlink which will immediately take me into your GIF like this. Like it'll automatically display it. I don't have to do it for you. Okay? And so you guys, good luck. Have fun. Remember, come to the meets if you need any questions, if you're having anything, and I can try and help you out. Have fun.